Welcome. The crossover, week 10. Let's get your mind right. Patience is also a form of action. Now let's get into it. This is the Russell and Russell Show. First up, Russell Wilson. He's moving on from Seattle on to the Mile High City. Trade going down. Denver's the new location. Russell Wilson will now be in the AFC West. He'll be joining the likes of Mr. Carr up in Oakland, like how I call him Mr. Patrick Mahomes out in Kansas City. Justin Herbert out in LA, and himself to form a very powerful AFC West. My question for you out there, Justin Herbert, back in the 80s and 90s, there was a quarterback played for New Orleans Saints. His name was Bobby Hebert. He spelled his last name Herbert, Hebert. Now we have Justin Herbert, who spells his name Herbert, but his name is Herbert. So we have Justin Herbert and Bobby Hebert. Both of them is spelled exactly the same. Please help me out there. Moving on. The other half of the Russ and Russ Show, Russell Westbrook. And for all of you out there who know what's going on, you better say his name very carefully. Russell Westbrook. Because he has said you will get checked if the name Westbrook comes out of your mouth. You will get checked. My only issue with this whole thing, because you got to stand up for your wife. You got to stand up for your kids if they're feeling a certain way. You got to stand up for your family. My only issue is when he was in Oklahoma City and winning MVPs and getting triple doubles left and right, when he would go on the road, I'm sure he would hear the name Westbrook if he had an off game. No issue, no problem. Ha, 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 ha. I'm still having a triple double. Ha, ha, ha. Now, all of a sudden, he's in LA. He's struggling. Everybody knows he's struggling. He knows he's struggling. Now, all of a sudden, Westbrook is calling him out his name, and I ain't having that, and we're going to do something. That's the problem, what happens between winning and losing. When you're winning, everything is okay. Sweep it under the rug. You keep rolling. When you're losing, everything is heard, and everything has to be addressed, and you're going to step to everything. Get back to the winning. All that other stuff doesn't matter. Get back to winning, and Westbrook will be Westbrook. Won't matter. But moving on. You got to give credit when credit is due. Greg Popovich got win number 1,335. Somebody asked, is that a lot? Well, what that does is that ties him all time in the NBA in wins with Coach Donnie Nelson. And everybody knows Donnie Nelson was a charismatic coach. People loved him, but he won a lot of games. So now Greg Popovich is one win away. His next win will give him 1,336 career wins, which will be first all time in the NBA. And I say it like that because I want you to see how significant that is. That will put him first all time in the NBA. Let's leave it right there. UNC versus Duke, the infamous handshake, or what came up short of a handshake. Now everybody's seen it now, how Chris Carrawell kind of shunned Hubert Davis, didn't shake his hand, Comes out later that Carrawell felt shaded because pre-game, when the coaches come out and they say that, how you doing? How's your season going? How's the wife? How's the kids? See you on the recruiting trail in the summer or whatever. Hubert Davis didn't come out and shake the Duke assistant coach's hands. So after the game, as they go through the line, he was going to show him that, okay, you're not going to shake our hand beforehand. I'm not going to shake your hand now. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. First of all, you're not 12 years old. Second of all, you're not still at Duke. Third of all, why are you so in your feelings of, he's not going to shake my hand before, I'm not going to shake his hand after. This is one of the issues that I see with the handshake line. It's cool. Believe me, Coach TM knows it's cool to show sportsmanship. But this little petty stuff, or, it is stemming off of the Juwan Howard incident and all this, there's too much pettiness between these grown men with egos and feelings and all of this, that's why part of me is like, do away with the handshake line. I'm all for sportsmanship. Like, Coach TM is about sportsmanship. You stand up, you take your L, or you be gracious as you're beating somebody down. I'm all for that. I'm down for sportsmanship. But there's gotten so much pettiness in sports now that the handshake line is where it's coming out. That's where it's all being displayed. Dick Vitale said the absolute greatest thing about this incident. That should have been addressed one-on-one back in the locker room between those men, and let him air his feelings, let him air however he's feeling about it, get his emotions out, and then deal with it that way. And whatever happens from that happens from that. But it's being carried out in these lines because that's their opportunity to address the situation, and it's wrong. It's plain wrong. So why have these lines with men that aren't displaying sportsmanship when that's what the line is for? It's to display sportsmanship. Okay, we won the game. We want to come shake your hand and show good sportsmanship. We lost the game. We want to pick up our bottom lip because it may be a tough loss, go through the line and show good sportsmanship that we had a good friendly competition. But all that's out the window now because people carrying out other agendas in these lines. So what's the line really for nowadays? Just for tradition? That's where it's going. It's just tradition. It has nothing to do with the line is established for. So moving on, one last thing. We're going to hit you with another. We got a bonus today. Calvin Ridley of the Atlanta Hawks. No. Calvin Ridley of the Atlanta Falcons, not in basketball, we're in football. Calvin Ridley, the Atlanta Falcons, has been suspended for at least the entire 2022 season for gambling on professional football. I know Coach Tim hasn't done it in a while, but man, come on, man. That deserves a Bosley flag. All kinds of things going on with this. Every professional athlete walking this earth knows you are never allowed to bet on your sport. I don't care if you're on the injured reserve list. I don't care if you're on the PUP list, which was unable to perform list. I don't care if you're on the inactive list. I don't care what it is. If you are under contract as a professional athlete, you are never allowed to bet on that sport. How is it that he does not know this? How is it that he felt that in his statement, he can say, oh, it was just a small bet. Oh, it was just a trifecta, which is just a type of bet. You are never allowed to bet on professional football while you are a professional football player. Everybody should know this. He did it under his name, so it comes right back to him. It's one thing to have cousin Pookie, Auntie Nellie, whoever go down, place the bet. You give them money, they place the bet under their name, they go, and then you keep on stepping. I'm sure that happens all of the time. But Calvin Ridley on the roster of the Atlanta Falcons goes down and places a bet under Calvin Ridley. Come on, man. You've got to do better. Just punishment. All right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. As you can see, we can go on and on talking about this. I'm a sports savant over here. So if you got anything else, throw it my way. We'll answer and get right back at you. Week 10 coming to a close for the crossover. Coach TM. And as we say, peace in.